Being a decent human being is not complicated, but it is hard. Algorithms tend to reward outrage, and ego loves the last word. And calm decency practically never goes viral. Here on Renegade Noble, we're going to do it anyway. The world is indeed full of peril, and in it there are many dark places. But still there is much that is fair, and though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater. Welcome to episode 1. My name is Jesse, and this is Renegade Noble. Around here we talk about mindset, training, and building a life that you're proud of, especially with regard to becoming a better version of yourself. Now, it's important to be clear that I'm not a moral authority. I'm just a guy who has studied human behavior for a pretty long time. And I've been in and around enough situations to identify some pretty solid fundamental truths when it comes to understanding the human condition. I try my best to be someone that I know my son will be proud to look up to and seek guidance from in the future. But I also strive to make other people better for having known me or just having been in contact with me. And that's the real secret. You see, in a noisy world, decency becomes an advantage. It not only makes relationships possible, it makes learning and understanding possible. As a bonus, it even makes your own head a calmer place to live. Now, decency is not about never getting angry or never making mistakes. It's about how you show up when it would be easier not to. It's about how you own and learn from your mistakes or new information, and then reevaluate what you thought you knew. It's about being willing to challenge your own beliefs, to either reaffirm those beliefs or change them if you find the new information compelling. So how do we put that into practice? First and foremost, we can be kind and not just nice. Nice avoids discomfort. Kind seeks out the good. Nice says, it's fine, while resentment grows. Kind says, that doesn't really work for me. Can we try another way? We can be clear. Clarity is a part of kindness, especially around boundaries. So say what you mean. Hey, I can't make that deadline, but I'm pretty sure I can deliver a draft by Thursday, say 3 p.m.? Explain things clearly. I disagree with your point. This is why. This is where I got my information. If you have an alternative source, I'd love to read it and discuss. Clarity reduces drama and frees up energy for better communication. We can be accountable. We're all going to screw up. Decent people take ownership of their actions and work to correct things quickly. For example, if we respond emotionally to something, we can own that problematic response. We can say something like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to snap. That was about my situation and something I've got going on. It wasn't with you. Can we talk about it? We can be brave. Decency is not passive. It's steel with a soft edge. You can stand up for someone being piled on in a comment thread. You can say, hey, that's not cool, when you hear a joke that crosses the line. Courage shows up quietly, consistently, without needing a standing ovation. And we can be useful. Leave things better than you found them. And this can apply to people as well. Maybe at home, it's spotting something that needs cleaning up and just going ahead and taking care of it in the moment, instead of ignoring it or leaving it for someone else. Maybe it's smiling to a stranger and holding a door open. Or maybe you see they drop something and you pick it up for them. Sometimes it's as simple as just answering a question without judgment or snark. Offer resources when you disagree. Hey, here's a link. It helped me kind of figure out what I thought about it. I hope you'll find it useful. And if not, maybe it'll at least help you understand why I think otherwise. If you can't be brilliant today, be useful. It counts. Little moments of kindness, of clear communication, of accountability, acts of bravery, moments of usefulness. These things help remind people that we care. That not everything in this world is as polarized and divided as we are consistently made to think they are. So what's all of this look like? Learn people's names. Ask how to pronounce them. Before you respond to something, just breathe. Take a moment. Process it. Consider whether that response is needed or useful. If you make a mistake, own it. If you hold a conviction, you should be able to explain why. And if not, you should be willing to accept that someone else might have an alternative view that's also valid. But being decent is not being a doormat. Boundaries are an important part of kindness. Decency is not performative. If your camera needs to see the good deed, you might want to double-check your reasoning and motive. Decency is not perfection. You will fail, and fail, and fail. Pick yourself up and try again. So I challenge you, pick one rule and put it into practice daily for the next week. And then the next week choose one of the others, and so on. Whether it's showing kindness, being clear in communication, embracing accountability, showing bravery, or just being useful, it doesn't really matter where you start. The important thing is taking that first step. And the really neat part? Each one shows us that we can be a little bit better every day. And that's how we all become better versions of who we are. Being decent is part of what it should mean to be human. And we have to remember that all of us are human first. It's the foundational component of how we make this earthly experiment work. If this resonated with you, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and share. All of us can remember to do a little better each day. And if we start with just being decent, there are very few obstacles left that we can't overcome. Until next time, be kind, be clear, be accountable, be brave, be useful. That's what it means to be Renegade Noble. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question. What fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?